Hello and welcome to POV Guitar Lessons, where I give you intuitively accessible guitar lessons using the guitarist's point of view perspective. Today we're going to have a look at the song Time Is Running Out by Muse. It is on their 2004 release Absolution, which is one of their more guitar-heavy albums. And this song consists of 4 parts. The first part is the intro/verse section. The second part is the pre-chorus, and of course we have the chorus, and we also have an interlude. So let's start. Okay, so we're going to start with the intro, which is originally just the bass by itself, but you can play the bass part on an electric guitar, and I'll show you how. So you start on the 5th fret on the E string, and it goes something like this. So it's all 8th notes, and I've played it a little bit slower than normal. So I'll go through the notes once again a bit slower, and then at the end I'm going to play it up to tempo. And here it is again, up to speed. Be sure to use alternate picking. In the second verse, the guitar plays a separate part, which is basically just doubling the bass part, but not all the notes. In the first 3 measures, the guitar only plays the first 4 notes. And then at the last measure, the 4th measure, it plays along the whole part together with the bass. So the guitar plays something like this. And then in the second measure it would be. And then in the third it's. And the last one is played the whole way through. That's basically it. I'm going to play it slowly and then up to tempo. And here it is again, up to speed. So this is the basic way of playing this part. Of course, it is more fun to experiment and be creative with the way you choose to play these notes. It's always interesting to change up the amount of times you pluck the string. So instead of 1/8 note, you play 2 16th notes, or just add a few notes to your liking. So it could go something like this. And of course it's always fun to do some crazy things in between, so you can have some artificial or natural harmonics in between. So it could go something like this. So at the end of the verse there are some notes played on a keyboard which can easily be played on a guitar, and it sounds something like this. So I'm going to slowly go through all the notes again. And once again up to tempo. Okay, that wasn't so hard. So let's go on to the pre-chorus. So in the pre-chorus there's a chord progression going on. It goes from a simplified F over a G over an A minor and then a C and then the whole thing through again. So this is the way you play it. I'm going to play it slowly first. Now I'm going to play it up to speed. And then as a short transition between the pre-chorus and the chorus, you hear the following notes. These are basically just octaves. So I'll show you again slowly which ones they are. They're in the 10th fret on the A string, and then on the 8th fret on the A string, and then on the 7th fret on the A string. So if you play it slowly, it'll sound something like this. You can also play them as full eighth notes, so something like this. Or slower. Okay, moving on to the chorus, which goes as follows. We start with a power chord on the 8th fret on the A string, but we double the 5th note on the low E string, giving us this chord. And also we lower the octaved first note a half note down, so we have this chord. And this changes into the standard. Okay, then the second chord is a 3-note chord consisting of A string 10th fret, D string 9th fret, and G string 10th fret. And after that we have an A minor chord in a bar chord on the 5th fret on the E string. And also we add and later take away an extra note, which is on the high H on the B string on the 6th fret. So it sounds like this. And then you take it away. Then you go up to the 8th fret on the E string, just a standard power chord. And then we have at the end the transition, which is also at the end of the verse. Okay, and it's played in all 8th notes. The first chord is played 3 times. And then we have 5 times the second one. So in whole, of course, this makes one measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we have a full measure of the second chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have again 3 times the next chord. And then 5 times the next one. Giving us the full measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the last measure consists of 2 eighth notes, the power chord on the 8th fret on the E string, and then something like this. So I'm going to play the whole thing through slowly. Okay, and here it is once again up to speed. So at the end of the second verse, there's another guitar part, an acoustic guitar part, which mimics the one we already did. But in a different way, adding a few notes, and it sounds something like this. So, I'm going to go through the notes one by one. Okay. Here it is up to speed. Of course, you can also play it as broken up chords so that the notes fade into each other more, sounding something like this. And then we have the interlude. Coming to the interlude, it only consists of 3 chords, which is the D minor, A minor, and E major. And it's played in all eighths. So you play the first chord a whole measure, and then the second chord a whole measure, then again the first chord, and again the second one, D minor again, A minor again, and then 2 measures of E major. And then it goes back to the intro riff. So playing the whole thing through slowly, it would sound something like this. Okay, that's it basically. I would suggest practicing each part separately first and then work on the transitions so that you can get from part A to part B to part C, etc. comfortably. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this POV guitar lesson. Please comment down below and rate, like and subscribe to this channel if you want to. See you next time.